What's up guys, Mickle here, and the price of Songbird is absolutely ripping right now. In this video, we're going to talk about that as well as a very exciting development that is right around the corner. Guys, we're also going to talk about whether or not the judge in the Ripple SEC case is going to rule on secondary sales of XRP. Guys, we know in the library case, the judge never ruled on whether library itself was a security. Guys, we're going to talk about whether or not that same devastating outcome could happen in the Ripple SEC case. Make sure to stick around for that. Last of all, guys, today is the official start of the new Congress. In this video, we're going to talk about the implications of that on the cryptocurrency market going forward. Guys, make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see that. It is critical. Like always, guys, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on bell notifications. These three simple things go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, down in the description below. With that said though, guys, let's jump right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, to start off this video, we need to talk about the price of Songbird. Guys, this thing is absolutely ripping right now. It's going parabolic. It's up 72% on the day, and guys, this is very nice. The price of Songbird has been pretty depressing over the last year or so, but guys, the good news is I think there are going to be much better days ahead of us. For those of you who don't know, we're actually getting our Flare tokens, or supposed to get our Flare tokens. You have to be careful saying that because we were supposed to get them like 10 times now. But guys, it looks like January 9th will be the day we get our Flare tokens, which is only 6 days away. And guys, I think this is really what's being reflected in the Songbird price right now. For those of you guys who don't know, Songbird is actually going to be critical to the Flare networks. It's the testnet. So guys, all the major changes that are going to be happening to Flare networks are going to have to go through Songbird first. Now, it's important to understand that Flare is really going to be a game-changing network in the cryptocurrency industry. It's really the first network attempting to be perfect collateral or an insurance protocol. And guys, that is something that is desperately needed in crypto right now. We see hacks all the time in different bridging softwares or different bridging crypto networks. And guys, there is no way for users to ensure that their funds are insured. This is a critical thing we have in our current financial system, but it is not represented in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Flare is attempting to solve this issue. Flare is looking to be one of the first insurance protocols that can gain mass adoption. And guys, the ingenuity going on at Flare is absolutely outstanding. Now guys, it's important to note that no one knows for sure whether or not Flare is going to work out, whether or not Flare is ultimately going to be a success in the long run. Everything I have personally seen makes me think their team is outstanding. Yeah, they have messed up with their token distribution a few times, but guys, when it comes down to the network itself, when it comes down to what they're building, it really does look incredible. And the most important thing for me is they're actually solving something unique. It's not some meme coin, it's not some other NFT project looking to draw pictures of things and sell you those at an insanely high price. Guys, this is a network that is going to be foundational and fundamentally critical to the entire crypto ecosystem. It's going to bring value to tokens that never had it before, like Doge and Bitcoin. And guys, ultimately, Flare is just doing so many outstanding things. It takes years of research just to wrap your head around. Now guys, with that said, I'm not going to be diving into the specifics of the Flare network or Songbird in this video. From my perspective, the most important thing you need to understand if you don't really care to know the technicals is it's a game-changing insurance protocol. And if you really want to know the vision of what they're doing, I would go listen to some videos of Hugo Filion. At the end of the day, guys, you just have to trust that they're going to build what they say they're going to build. And if it works, it's going to be game-changing. Like I said before, no one knows for sure if they will be successful, but everything I have seen makes me think or makes me hope they will be. And if they are, there is no doubt in my mind they are solving a massive problem in this industry right now. Now guys, Songbird is the test net for the Flare networks, which alone gives it a lot of value, but more importantly than that, it's actually being directly integrated into Flare itself, and you will have voting rights just for holding Songbird. So guys, Songbird is going to be critical going forward, and I think for these reasons, and just knowing Flare's around the corner, we are seeing a lot of excitement in Songbird. Now guys, it's important to note that Songbird is still down a massive amount all time. I mean, it fell off a cliff since it got launched. So guys, if you're wondering if you're too late, I mean guys, this pump barely registers on the all-time chart. You do want to buy Songbird, I highly suggest you go to Uphold. That's where I have bought it from. You can use the link in the description of this video. It's a great way to get started on Uphold. So go check that out if you want to get in. But guys, like I said, Songbird is a project I am going to be watching closely. I'm definitely bullish on it. And I think it's just going to be a critical aspect to the Flare network in the long run. And I think I made it pretty clear why I am so bullish on Flare. Now, guys, I want to move on and talk about something pretty important, and that is whether or not we are going to get a ruling on XRP in the secondary market from the Ripple SEC case. Now, one of the worst things about the LBRY ruling in LBRY's case against the SEC was that the judge in that case never actually made a ruling on the status of LBRY itself. The judge made the ruling that LBRY sales of the LBC token, so LBRY, the company selling LBC, which was their native token, that was a securities transaction, but the judge never actually made a statement on what is the status of the LBC itself. Is LBC itself a security? Now, guys, it's important to point out that the main reason why this was not ruled on by the judge in the LBRY case was because the individual token was never brought up for some reason. Somehow, the SEC was able to dodge actually bringing up LBC specifically, and because of that, the judge was never forced to make a ruling. Now, guys, this was actually addressed in a very easy to understand way by Select Start Crypto. He said a big distinction between LBRY.com and the Ripple case is the fact that in the Ripple case, the SEC is directly attacking the XRP token. This allows Judge Torres to make a ruling on secondary sales versus the judge in the LBRY case being limited by the pleadings limited to the LBRY token. This means that the judge in the LBRY case may still not give any clarity on the token since he can base a ruling on secondary sales being outside the scope of the pleadings, where Judge Torres can 100% make a ruling on secondary sales. So guys, what Select Crypto is saying here is that because of the way in which the SEC brought their case against LBRY, the judge in that case is actually not being forced to make a ruling on secondary sales of the LBC token. Now, guys, this doesn't mean that the judge cannot make a ruling on those sales. He can if he wants to, and he can make a designation for the status of LBC if he feels like it. But the important part to note is that this issue wasn't brought up in the original complaint, and therefore the judge is not obligated to make this ruling. In the Ripple vs. SEC case, the SEC directly attacked XRP itself. And because of this, Judge Torres is going to have to make a ruling on the status of XRP. Judge Torres also already allowed John D. and 70,000 XRP holders into this case. Judge Torres would not have done this if she did not plan on making a ruling on XRP itself. Judge Torres specifically allowed us in this case so we could get clarity on our XRP. Guys, this is a major and very important distinction between these two cases. Not getting clarity out of this case is something we do not need to worry about and is the best part about this case. Judge Torres letting John Dean into this case almost guaranteed us that she would not declare secondary sales a security of Ripple because, guys, if they were declared a security of Ripple, it would be illegal for almost every XRP holder out there to be holding their XRP. This is not something Judge Torres would do. It doesn't make any sense for her to do something like this, especially after going through the effort to let John Dean into this case. So guys, just understand we are in a much better place right now than LBRY is, and it's almost impossible to compare the two cases. So guys, I want to finish this video off and point out that today is the first day of the new Congress. Now guys, this is pretty exciting, and it doesn't have to be a political statement because the fact of the matter is the prior administration is the one who actually sued Ripple. The current administration won't end the lawsuit, so both parties are at fault here. But the fact of the matter is, the current administration was never going to investigate their own SEC official. That's just not how politics works. So we needed a change in the current party who controlled Congress in order for them to actually go after different regulators like Gary Gensler. Both parties are at fault here, and we actually got the best case scenario, which is now we have some potential fighting in our government between these two sides, and hopefully that exposes people like Gary Gensler. Now, guys, we need to see how this pans out. The party that just took control of Congress is having a very rocky start. They're having their own internal problems. So I really hope they're able to pull themselves together so they can actually start investigating people like Gary Gensler. You'll notice I'm being very careful to actually say certain words. It's just because I don't want this video to get demonetized. But guys, the important part to note is, in order for Gary Gensler to actually get some pressure on him, we need some investigations, and we are in a position for that to happen now. If Gary Gensler feels enough pressure, there is no question in my mind that he could leave the SEC because he did the same thing when he was working at the CFTC. So guys, let's hope that the current party that now controls Congress pulls their you-know-what together and goes after Gary Gensler, because that is what we need for crypto regulations in the United States. We need a new SEC commissioner. It's not going to happen under Gary Gensler, so let's hope today is the start of that. We're going to have to see how this pans out. Like I said, guys, it was a rocky start today. Let's hope they start to pull stuff together and we can get some pressure on Gary Gensler. In terms of anything else that happens, I could care less. In regards to this channel, we just want to see Gary Gensler leave the SEC, and I will root for anything that makes that happen. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help me out so much. And for now, Mickle out.